As we speak right now, nobody is talking about governance. Nobody is talking about developing the country. Nobody is talking about addressing the mirage of problems the country is facing. Rather, what they are focused on is how to win re-election in 2027, which is almost 2 years from now. And like I said in numerous of my videos, that politicians in Nigeria, what interests them is how to grab power, hold on to power until eternity. That is their major concern in politics. Their major objective in politics is not about how to develop the economy, how to develop the country, and how to improve the lives and welfare of the citizens. That is not their major goal. Their major goal is about power, grabbing power. You recall, what can the party say they have done to change the lives of the citizens and to improve the security of the citizens? Because governance is about two things: ensuring safety of lives and properties and improving the welfare of the citizens. Can APC sit down and tell themselves, looking at these two legs of governance or democracy, have we done it? And how did we do it? And what exactly did we do? I think that will help them to begin to understand if they are in the right trajectory or not. So my concern is not about party. I don't care about any political party. My concern is about true governance, where government will have the interests of the country at heart and the interests of the people. That is what we want to see, that every policy coming out from the government will be policy that will be addressing the problems of the people and the country. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Andy Media TV. Well. You can see what's going on in the political system in Nigeria. Few days ago, the All Progressive Congress, the APC, they held their program, and in that program, a lot of things was said concerning 2027 upcoming general election. On that platform, we had the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, mounting the podium and was kind of campaigning, for the incumbent President Bola Tinubu to be returned in 2027 as the candidate of the APC, and also to be sure that the party works for him to win the election in 2027. When I watched that video, I wasn't feeling too happy, because what was being said in that, platform is not what Nigerians want to hear. As we speak right now, nobody is talking about governance. Nobody is talking about developing the country. Nobody is talking about addressing the mirage of problems the country is facing. Rather, what they are focused on is how to win re-election in 2027, which is almost 2 years from now. And like I said in numerous of my videos, that politicians in Nigeria, what interests them is how to grab power, hold on to power until eternity. That is their major concern in politics. Their major objective in politics is not about how to develop the economy, how to develop the country, and how to improve the lives and welfare of the citizens. That is not their major goal. Their major goal is about power, grabbing power. You recall in 2023 election, when the incumbent president was campaigning, he said that the most important thing is to grab power and run with it. Snatch it, grab it, and run with it. And that's exactly what it is. So when you grab it, snatch it, and run with it, you don't care about what happens to the citizens. You don't care about the welfare of the citizens, because on daily basis we get reports of killings in Nigeria, we get reports of kidnapping, we get reports of all kinds of crime. So insecurity is at the highest level, and nobody is talking about how to fix this. Nobody. You can hear them talking about 2027 general election. So that is ridiculous to hear. However, before I dissect what transpired in that video, let's listen to the Senate President Godswill Akpabio so that we hear what he said. And we'll be right back. Don't go away.
The political sagacity of President Bola Tinubu, in view of the fact that despite very difficult times, he has been able to set Nigeria on a path of growth, confirmed by the International Monetary Fund. In view of the fact that Nigerians are grassroots people, are very excited. In view of the fact that even the members of the National Assembly and senators said they have never had it this good. The leadership of the House of Reps should join me. I want all the members of the National Assembly of the APC extraction to stand up wherever they are. I want the civil senators to stand up where they are. And you will echo what I'm going to say. Those who love you will also join. I want to move, and let it be moved, that not only will President Bola Tinubu be a sole candidate for the presidency in 2027, but he will also be a sole candidate for the whole Nigerian population, because all our political parties have been torn into shreds. I went to my state and I saw the umbrella of the PDP. It has over 100 holes. And so very soon you will hear. I'm not the one to break the news. But I know the national chairman has already broken the news that everything in the South has collapsed for you. And that's the same thing that is happening in the nation. Nigerians are saying that because you have done a difficult job well, that it is time for us to reward you by sending you back to the presidency for a second term in office. I move, therefore, as the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that Mr. President return, one, as a candidate of the APC unopposed, and secondly, as the next president for a second term come 2027. I so move. Listen to that voice. That's the voice of the Senate President. I so move.
All right. Welcome back. You heard what he said. You even saw the packaging. He was ordering the members of, the Senate who were there, and even other members of the National Assembly, that is the House of Reps, for them to stand up on their feet. Right? I know he's the chairman of the National Assembly, being the Senate President. But if you look at the audacity, the way he was ordering them to stand up in that fora, forgetting that, most of them, they may be in APC, but they may not like the leadership style or what's going on in the party. So, and the party itself also have their own internal crisis. All right. So, because if you look at what happened in Lagos State, just mere primaries for local government elections, there was a lot of manipulations that people took to the street to protest. So, there are a lot of things going on within their own party. However, when you look at the way he was, ordering the members of the National Assembly present there to stand up on their feet, and also kind of moving the motion, I thought he forgot that he's not in the Senate chamber, because I would have had his gavel. When he moved the motion, I would have hit the gavel, but he forgot that this is not, National Assembly matter. There are other people who are not members of National Assembly who are there. So, but having said all this, his motion was two. First, that President Bola Tinubu be nominated as the candidate of the party, sole candidate of the party, which means there's no need for primaries. Every other person who has the ambition should shelve the ambition, right? That this man will be selected on that day of, the convention. So anybody who want to buy form, who is anticipating to contest as president under the platform of APC, should shelve that ambition. That 2027, this man, the Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the current president, will be the candidate of the party. That's the message he's sending out. Then the second part of the message he's sending out is that in 2027, whatever it takes for them to return President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of the country in 2027 will be done. Two messages. One for their party members. The second message is for the other parties. That is my understanding of what he said there. So, moving that motion in that platform, I didn't hear people say nay or yay and all that. So, well, I was kind of humorous, the way he was like pressing on, party members to toe that line. But we also understand that Senator Godswill Akpabio, being the Senate President, is doing his job, because for him to be a Senate President, it was still the same Bola Ahmed Tinubu who made the way for him and put him there. So that's why you recall that there's nothing that came from the presidency under Bola Ahmed Tinubu that he has not approved. No. So he's doing his job for the president, and that's why the president put him there. So we understand, the whole stuff that's going on there. Now, the question is, will his motion be actualized? Time will tell, all right? Because before the time for convention, before the time for, those who want to contest, by the time we are getting close to 2027, that should be around 2026, mid-2026 down the line, then we'll be able to see what will play out, the crisis that will come up. People who saw that they are right, we are taken away from them, because every other person has the right to contest. But the message he has passed out is, do not bother to contest, because this man is who we are bringing back as the sole candidate for the party. So tell me, where is the democratic norm in this party? Because the reason everybody advocated for democracy is because it gives people the opportunity, to participate. It gives people the opportunity to uphold their right and exercise their right. That is just what it is. As a citizen of Nigeria, everybody has the right to contest as far as you met the criteria. You met the age limit, you have the qualification that is required by law, which is WAEC, and so on. And so you are eligible to contest. So now, with the way the Senate President is going, it simply means nobody else has the right to contest except the president for the party, right? Okay, we will see how it will play out. We will see if there's no other person in that party that's gonna, come up and buy form and say he's contesting. And don't forget, it is the same, during election time that the party does a lot of funds by selling of forms. So if they are not selling form to anybody, only, the president, then their revenue source will also go down. However, we know that most of them has amassed wealth, being in government, so they can, take care of the party problems. So that is, by the side. So for me, when I watched that video, the audacity, the way it's commanding the members of the National Assembly, that shows that these guys in the Senate chamber I don't know how they are surviving, especially those in the opposition, because the kind of power he was displaying in that meeting, commanding them to stand up and all those stuff shows, what happens in the red chamber. That is it. All right. So the next part of this whole stuff was the citizen has been clamoring, that what is happening in Nigeria, because we have seen, many defections, people moving from their party to APC. And we have seen that happen while the Delta State governor, Sheriff, jumped ship and moved from, PDP to APC. And then he also moved with the former vice presidential candidate under the PDP and who was former Senator Ifeanyi Okowa. Two of them moved and they took their people away with them. And the Delta State became, APC state. Because in Nigeria, once the governor decomes, that state becomes the party that the governor has just joined. And we have had some clues, and even Akpabio hinted it when he was talking about what is going to happen in Akwa Ibom. That he said, I'm not the one that's going to break the news, but something is about to happen. So we heard that the governor of Akwa Ibom state is about to also decamp, from PDP to APC. And that he has mandated his commissioners and all his appointees that if you don't move from PDP to APC, then resign or you get fired. So when you look at what is going on, you keep wondering what kind of democracy are we practicing? Must you force people to join another party with you? That is your personal choice. So you're forcing other members of your cabinet that they must join ship with you. That's a problem. I remember one guy in Delta, I think he was special assistant to the governor on the community development or whatever. The guy, the moment the governor they come, from PDP to APC, the guy resigned. He said it doesn't meet his, his political, values, that they can't be jumping from one party to another. He resigned. That's the kind of people that I love to see participating in governance, in politics, because when things come that doesn't align to your values, to your core values, what do? You resign. But in Nigeria, it's always very difficult to see people resign from their position because they depend solely on that position to survive. That's not supposed to be so. You should have your skill, you should have your career path before even being part of politics so that you don't depend solely on politics to survive. That's my understanding. So, but that's exactly what is transpiring. So very soon, we will hear the next governor who has become from PDP. So let me tell you the fact. The issue here is that they are trying to weaken other political parties, right? And then consolidate APC to be the winner of every election across board. But the fact remains, will people's vote count? That is the point. Will people's vote count? So if people's vote will count, then they will be shocked of what's going to happen to them as a party. So the issue is this. When Akpabio was speaking, he said that, the president has taken tough decisions, he has done this and confirmed by IMF. But he forgot that same report was talking about Nigeria contributing 15% in world poverty, and that Nigeria is contributing 19% to sub-Saharan African poverty. He did not remember all those ones, right? So when you look at all that, you will understand how governance is being suffocated in the country. It is only politics that is happening in Nigeria. And is that why they were elected? These guys were, put in there to be able to provide services to the Nigerian people, to take care of their security and their welfare. But today, security is in shambles. People's welfare is nothing to write home about. Even common minimum wage that was approved, most of the government organizations are not paying that. They are not paying. And cost of living has skyrocketed up to the roof. So what are they doing to address the problems that is confronting the citizen? Nothing. But all you hear every day is politics, merger, acquisition, coalition, the campaign. That is what we hear. Nobody is talking about what is being done to address insecurity. Nobody is talking about what is being done to strengthen the health sector and improve, health services to the citizens. Nobody is talking about, medical insurance to the citizens. Nobody is talking about how to improve education. Nobody is talking about how, to address other critical infrastructures like good road, like electricity and stuff like that. Nobody is talking anything about that. Nobody. But it's about politics. So when the Senate President said that stuff, I was asking, which Nigerians said they want him for 2027? Which Nigerians? The same Nigerians that are suffering, the same Nigerians that are protesting for hunger, the same Nigerians that cannot feed, the same Nigerians that cannot find shelter. Is it the same Nigeria? Is it the same Nigeria that the police shoot their kids at way? Is it the same Nigerians that are saying the same thing? I don't really understand. So you can speak for yourself, but speaking for the whole country, I think that's a misfire. For me, again, I'm going to play you another video now. You see the president speaking when it comes to the sole, to one party system. And he made some comments, that that's why this is constitutional democracy, that people have, freedom of association, freedom of, assembly, and what have you. He said all those things. But my question remains. Anyway, before I go into my question, let's listen to the president and hear what he said when the one-party system issue came up more. Let's hear him.
Before I skip, I just need to tell those ones saying one-party system is no good. It's one party ruling and driving the aspiration of Nigerians. Where do they start? You don't blame a people bailing out of a sinking ship when they have no life jacket. I'm glad of what we have, and I'm expecting more to come. That is the game. We are in a constitutional democracy. Don't forget the freedom of movement and the freedom of association is not criminally punishable. Welcome to the progressives. Sweep them clean.
Welcome back. You heard what he said. One thing with politicians is that today they say one thing, tomorrow they change to another thing, next tomorrow they change to another different thing. That is the problem with politicians. They are not firm in what they say because most of them don't have values. Most of them don't have integrity. Most of them don't have a name to protect. So they just do whatever they want just to have their way. That is just the situation. Somebody pulled up, some newspaper publication in 2010 where this same President Bola Tinubu was warning about the party being one party system, because at that time PDP was clinching virtually all the states, at that time, and there was warning that one party system is not good for the country. That same man today is saying that one party system is the best. Okay, that's by the way. Now he said something that the citizens have freedom of association, freedom of to express themselves and all that. That's perfect. We know it's contained in the constitution, but the fact remains: is it happening in Nigeria? Because I've seen many Nigerians doing peaceful protests, walking through, down the street with their placard and then, chanting and asking government what they want. We know what happened in Lekki Toll Gate in 2020 when, the NSAS protests happened. We know how people were shot, by security operatives. We know that. Then recently, even in his own government, in President Tinubu's government, people have been protesting and they were attacked by security operatives. They threw tear gas on them, they threw canisters on them and stuff like that. People were picked up, people were arrested for exercising their right, like the president said. So the question is, why are citizens being arrested each time they are doing protests? Because the constitution guarantees freedom of expression, freedom of association. Why are they being arrested? So now it is politics. They now know that Nigerians have, freedom of association and freedom of expression. So that is my problem with all these politicians. When it suits them, they remember constitution said that. But when it's the citizens doing the same thing, they will not remember that constitution guaranteed what they are doing. They will attack them in a broad daylight using security operatives to suppress them and chase them out of the street. One very dark man that was arrested the other day, the guy that were, protesting for his release. What happened? Most of them were picked up. Yes, for demanding his release, they have right to speak up. So these are the issues we are facing. So, Mr. President, please, for this thing you said today, please enforce it that no Nigerian doing peaceful protest. When it gets to riot, yes, the police can, take control. As far as it is peaceful protest, please ensure that nobody is arrested. Ensure that nobody is attacked. There's no canister, there's no tear gas, there's no shooting, because I've seen some of them on, on the video. The security operative will be shooting. So please ensure that this is done, so that you will uphold what you just said. It's not when people are the campaign when we know that there is freedom of association. Please, when people come together to protest of what they don't like the government is doing, allow them to do their protest in peace without security operative interfering in what they are doing, provided that they are doing peaceful protest. Nobody supports riot. Nobody supports people protesting and destroying properties. Nobody supports that. And please, let the government not inject talks in their midst to create chaos. Recall that Mr. President said one time that to start chaos is easy. We don't want that. We want peace in our country. We want our country to grow. We want our country to prosper. We want our country to be retained in the name of countries that are doing well. That's what we all want. And that's why we're advocating, drawing government attention to some certain things we feel is not going right in the country. So right now, if you are advocating a one-party state, then what is the point of democracy? What is the point of democracy? What is the essence of Nigeria having multi-party system in their law? What is the point? So you rather change constitution and make it one-party state. So what's the point? So there's no choice. People can't choose what they want. The governors enforcing their, appointees to join party with them. So when you look at all these things, you begin to question: are we really practicing democracy? Is it true democracy that we are practicing? America chose their path and chose two-party system, and they have been consistent in that two-party system. There's never a time that the whole, state are jumping from, one party to another. Why is our case always different? Nigerian chose, we have two-party system before, SDP and NRC, remember? And constitution was changed that no, let there be multi-party system to give people opportunity. And that is the idea. But today, where are we heading to? One-party system. Because virtually most of the state governors will soon come to the APC. And the point remains, for 2015 to date, what can the parties say they have done to change the lives of the citizens and to improve the security of the citizens? Because governance is about two things: ensuring safety of lives and properties and improving the welfare of the citizens. Can APC sit down and tell themselves, looking at these two legs of governance or democracy, have we done it? And how did we do it? And what exactly did we do? I think that will help them to begin to understand if they are in the right trajectory or not. So my concern is not about party. I don't care about any political party. My concern is about true governance, where government will have the interests of the country at heart and the interests of the people. That is what we want to see, that every policy coming out from the government will be policy that will be addressing the problems of the people and the country. Few days ago, I heard about budget padding, about 7 trillion or thereabout was padded in the budget by the National Assembly, according to budget. I heard it. I wasn't sure because I know how it works. I know how it works. In 2015, it happened. Jubril came out, member of House of Reps. What happened to him? He was suspended for months. That was his penalty for blowing the whistle of what's going on. So when we look deep into the whole situation, we brought out all the padded projects in the budget. We brought them out. It was a fiasco between President Buhari at that time and the National Assembly. So this has been a norm. It has been happening every year. We do appropriation, send to National Assembly, they change it. They put whatever they want to put there. They have the power of appropriation. So how do we address these problems? Because 7 trillion spent on non-existing projects. You can imagine what that money will do if it is spent in just infrastructure alone, tackling power, tackling education, tackling health. You can imagine what that kind of money will do. But this money will be filtered away and used for the next election. So the governance in Nigeria has been win an election or rig yourself in, grab power, mop any money you can mop for next election. And know that anything development is none of your business. That's exactly the picture that it is being created in our political space. So it's quite unfortunate that only politicians are doing well. The citizens are not doing well. How is that development? So coming to tell us, a lot of stuff about IMF. How did IMF confirm what? What did they confirm? They are telling you that the policies of this government is not changing anything in the lives of the people. And that's the honest truth. So I don't know what he was saying that the IMF confirmed. I don't know. I don't really know. Is it inflation we're talking about? Is it insecurity? Is it poverty? So I don't know what exactly is happening in our country. So what we care about, Mr. President, is look at your policies. Review these policies. Make it to have human face. Target poverty alleviation. Lift people out of poverty. Many people are collapsing every day into poverty. Address this poverty issue. Address infrastructure issue. Pump money in education. Pump money in health. Pump money in agriculture. But you can't do agriculture without addressing insecurity. Because without insecurity, nobody's going to head to the farm. And that is the truth. So you can see how this whole thing is connected. There are nexus between security and agriculture and even other sectors. So that is the problem. So we have to do something urgently to fix this. 2027 is still far away. What about governance? This is 2025. Between now and next year, government is supposed to focus on governance, not having folders and be discussing about 2027, who returns and who doesn't return and all that. That's not our problem. You can do whatever you want to do in your party. But please, this slot that you guys have for these 4 years, you are to use it to improve the lives of the people. That is the objective. Not about party business. Do your party stuff in your closet, but please address the problems of the people. That is my take on this. I don't know what you guys have in mind concerning this whole thing that's playing out, because I'm not seeing the place of governance in whatever is happening in Nigeria today. I'm not seeing that. Recently, they just sued Senator Natasha Akpoti. I don't care what she said. Whoever she defamed should sue her. That's what it is. But federal government buying that case and just jumping into it when they were not mentioned, she has never defamed the country or whatever. She has the people she's dealing with. Why is government going in to spend taxpayers' money to address people's case? I don't get it. Why? Akpabio can sue. Yahya Bello can sue. Why can't they sue? Why is the government that is suing on their behalf and spending taxpayer money to prosecute the case when we need money to tackle key critical sectors of the economy? To me, it's a misplaced priority. Even if the Nigerian government have right to sue, why must you sue? The people which is defaming can sue. That is my point. So please, let's focus on delivering services to our people. We are not there to be served. We are there to serve. That's what the mentality should be. Look at what is going on in America. The president is busy locking up deals that will improve his country. He's busy fighting for his country. America first. That's what he's doing. He's dealing with the problems of their country. That's why he was elected. And they keep saying it. All the things I was elected to do, I must do them. Despite the roadblocks he's getting. So he's working and working to fix things that he promises people to fix. What are the promises you guys made during the campaign? How many have you done? Which one have you done? And how did you do it? And what impact did he make to the people? So that's the question. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let this slide here. I don't know what your views are. I'm not a member of any political party. I'm only interested in the workability of Nigeria, for things to work for every damn body, not for only those in power enjoying, while those who are not in power are suffering. That's not what we want. We want Nigeria to be a land of opportunity where people come in and they'll be able to thrive despite their level of education or whatever it may be. Just like it is in America, land of opportunity. You come in, you'll be able to thrive on your own without help of anybody. You don't need to know anybody, and you are there. Just follow the rules, follow the law, and do things properly. You'll be at the top in a matter of years. That's the kind of thing we want to see our country become. So, guys, I don't know. It's not about party here. It's not about anything. It's about thinking deep for our country. It's about thinking about what is good for our country and how it can benefit our citizens who are suffocating in poverty. So whatever is your view, whatever you think, you need to say, is it proper for us to be discussing 2027 election now? Is it the right conversation that we should be having? Or is it discussing about governance? Is it the conversation now? Is it not supposed to be about delivering democratic dividend to the people? Or are we now leaving it to be talking about 2027 election and who become candidate of a party and who become the winner of 2027 that is still 2 years ahead? Is that the conversation we should be having? Let us know your view. Let us know what you think. Let us hear what you have to say concerning all of this. My comment section is open for you. Drop your comment there. All right. So, guys, if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like and share this video. And also share this video and share it so that people can see and understand, what's going on. And also press the notification bell so that when my next new video drops, you will be among those to be notified. Getting this video as it is hot is the sweetest part of it. So, guys, I'm gonna see you in my next video. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate you stopping by to click on this video. I'll see you in my next video. Do have a wonderful day. I'm signing out. See ya.